Am I really logging onto the internet in hopes of finding someone that will make me feel good? Like, why do you log on to the internet? And is it because you have a real hope of finding companionship? Is there any real hope of meeting someone who can validate your beliefs on the internet? Is it going to be easy? For me, I'm surprised if I see 5 like-minded people in a day. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to go well. I don't necessarily log on to the internet with a complete idea of what I want from it. Usually I have a specific angle that I'm looking for to accomplish while I'm on the internet, because I don't really want to be on there for that long. There's so much hubbub, there's so much aimless rambling, there's ranting. It's awfully crowded wherever you go to hang out. In a lot of ways, I imagine that this is what a singles club would look like at the right time of evening. A place where I could potentially make a new friend, or I could potentially have a deep conversation with someone, but not necessarily guaranteed. I think maybe it's a bit of a fad at this point. I think the internet is a fad, and maybe not something where we're automatically going to get along, or that there'll even be someone watching out to make sure that the conversation isn't tepid. Because that's the best word I have to describe a lot of what I see that happens on the internet, is tepid. I see a lot of aimless kind of chicken scratching at the keyboard. I see people that they think they know what they want, and they might get mad at you if you imply that they don't seem to know what they want, but they also don't want to be helped, like served, like if this was a register where someone is being served, or a counter, like a help counter, an advice counter. Sometimes I think that it would be better left to people with nothing but books in their house, people with medical tools and instruments and a psychology degree to figure out what most of the users of the internet really are doing, which is aimless browsing, perusing, and never buying. Kind of like something you wouldn't like to see in your shop. So to me, when I see 5 people who seem to know what they want on the internet, it seems like a real big surprise party. I think it's taken for granted that you could take that extra moment to research and make it seem like you know what you're talking about, so that people would want to interact with you in a way that's more than saying, no, yes, I validate you. Because I could get validated all day long with a simple walk around the neighborhood. I don't know why I would do it from the insides of my house where there's no people or sunlight or trees or anything. And I think that would change my world if I didn't know that I could just go outside and be aimless, and it would be better than being aimless on my phone or on my computer. There's a joy in being aimless that cannot be discovered when there's rules and fabrications and things I'm not even sure are rules and fabrications. I'm new to all these different circles. I'm like injecting myself into these circles, and maybe will be accepted. But if I go outside and I'm not being a belligerent random, like I can just be a chill random and maybe take steps to step out of this depression. I'm not depressed though. I'm actually okay right now. I'm fine. I live at my mom's house, and I have my own room and everything, so it's pretty nice. I get to be with all my books and things from childhood. Some clothes from childhood that still fit me. I don't really know how I got here. My plan was really to live in my own small, tiny ass, dank ass apartment somewhere by myself. Since I did college, I thought with my art degree I would land an office job and keep that office job, but I quit the only office job I ever had. I've worked quite a few jobs. I worked in a grocery store and I left that. Now I pretty much just make art all day and post things once in a while to the internet and call it nap time. So I really don't jive with this idea that people come home and use the internet all day and that's their whole life. Every time I get the inkling that I should go outside right now because the weather's really nice. It's really pretty outside. The sun is shining. There's a nice breeze. That's the time I go. That's the time I go outside. And that's like the only thing that keeps me above the deep, dank pit of depression. I wear my witchy rings and I charge them in the sunlight. I love my rings. I've been wearing rings for maybe 10 years now, almost 10 years, and I never feel sad after I put them on, because usually by then I've redone my manicure or something, and well, why would I go back? It's also easy to have a healthy relationship. You have to know what you want. I think more depression, more general, my life sucks, my life is horrible, comes from neglect than from the addition of bad things. It's not really an easy wake-up call. There's no easy wake-up call. It's not really easy when you realize there was a whole bunch of good stuff around you that you weren't picking up on. If you could learn that it could change your life is something I really believe. I have one cat. I guess this has just been an intro to me, who is Matt Syrup. It's just me in here.